Yes, indeed. Let's make this world a better place to live in. What do you say? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Tucson, our virtual celebration this morning on a beautiful, glorious Sunday morning. Grateful to have you here and have you share in this experience with your virtual family all over. Just as a reminder, I want to offer our vision here at Unity of Tucson. It is this: we envision a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. And as always, here come some faces of the beautiful members of our spiritual family, our congregation. As they come up, I would love for you to, we run this video every week, but I would love for you to really take a look at these faces and see the face of God in each and every one of them, because it is there. Indeed, you are the light. Woo! You are the light, you are the life, you are the light, you are the love of God, because there is only one power, one presence, one infinite resource for all creation, and it is all creation. There is absolutely no separation. There is God and God only. So once again, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our spiritual family, our spiritual community. We are a spiritual community teaching practical tools for a better life. And the practical tool that we've decided to engage in for this entire year is the tool of emergence. And whatever that means for you, that's part of the discovery that we get to make over the course of 2021. What is it for you to emerge from wherever it is you have been into a deeper recognition and understanding of your infinite self? If you're joining us for the first time today, and I have not said this very frequently, but if you're joining us for the first time today, we would love to know that you have joined us. There actually is a link in the description of the YouTube video where you can click and fill out a Connect card just so that we can make a connection with you and know that you are here present with us, and deeply grateful for that. It is my belief that we can precipitate our own spiritual evolution, and that is our point and purpose for being here on this plane of existence, to facilitate our spiritual evolution, to grow into a deeper understanding of what it is to be the power and the presence of divine creative energy. Let's read together the words of our mission statement. They're going to come up on the screen for you, and let's share these. Read them out loud wherever you are. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. And the truth is, your nature, your inherent nature, is divine. These principles, I think, have been encapsulated in a particular way that I carry with me as the tenets of my approach to ministry, and it is in these words: love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And in remembering who you are, I know a magnificent truth about you. I know this infinite, resonant truth about all creation, and of course, this is reflected in you. It is that you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. Exclaim for yourself, I am magnificent. Truly believe it in your heart, because it is true. It is not because of anything you do, it is just because of who you are innately. Well, I'm going to invite you to use the chat function for a moment. Reach out, let other people know their magnificence, recognize their magnificence, and affirm their magnificence. Do so in your own unique, individualized way, reaching out to your spiritual family who are present here watching with you. And I just want to acknowledge the people who are here in the room with me helping support this experience today. I see our wonderful technical crew, knowing that you are magnificent and grateful for your service here today. Carol is here with Jerry over there. Grateful that you are here. Carol's going to help with lighting the candles in a little bit. Thank you for shining your magnificence. Of course, this magnificent band, beautiful, beautiful group of people that I get to have fun with every single week. Grateful for you. As those messages proliferate, in your own time, I'm going to invite you to find your way to a little quiet, a little centered awareness. I often invite people to close their eyes or let them fall to a soft, unfocused gaze as we allow, simply allow, releasing any sense of the past, releasing any anticipation for what is to unfold, and being in this present moment and this present moment and this present moment. I am rooted in the understanding that the presence is all there is, and it is magnificently unfolding itself by means of each and every one of us. Simply finding our space, releasing any unnecessary tension, relaxing the shoulders, unclenching the jaw. I am here. We are here. Right where we are, we inhabit a sacred space. For there is no space, there is no place that is not sacred. And so I am rooted in the assured knowledge that right where each and every one of us is the fullness of God. I will read this month's affirmation, and I invite you to simply acknowledge your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings around this statement as I read it. Just allow yourself to be aware and observe without judgment what comes up for you. This month's affirmation is this: I am rooted in, flowing, and growing in a life of purpose. I am rooted in, flowing, and growing in a life of purpose. I'll say it one more time, and then we'll take just a few moments of contemplation in the silence. I am rooted in, flowing, and growing in a life of purpose.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace.
We are held in the hands of grace, for there is only this one infinite power and presence, and it is everywhere present. So it is showing up by means of this experience wherever we are connected and whole. That is the truth.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace.
Thank you. Carol, please join me. Grateful to have you here. This is a ceremony, a ritual that we do every week called Lighting the Flames of Faith. We do this as an affirmation and a reflection and an understanding that all faith traditions, all religious paths, all spiritual ideologies are rooted in one common golden thread of love. And so this month being a month of purpose, that is our theme, we are looking at the purpose statements of each of these traditions. So for each candle that we light, we are understanding more deeply the purpose of each. And so we light a candle for the Tao, which teaches that the purpose of life is inner harmony, peace, and longevity. This is achieved by living in accordance with the Tao. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, which teaches that through a close relationship with the natural world, one gains guidance, support, and wisdom to live their best life. We light a candle for Hinduism, which teaches that we are able to escape bondage, ignorance, and a state of illusion through multiple experiences of life. Each life leads us closer to enlightenment. We light a candle for Judaism, which teaches the highest calling is to obey the commandments of God and to live ethically according to law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, which teaches the purpose of life is to avoid suffering and gain enlightenment. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, which teaches the salvation from sin through faith in Christ, through sacraments, and through good works. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, which teaches that through submission to the will of God, one will gain paradise. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, which teaches that the soul is eternal and essentially good, and that the purpose of life is to develop spiritually and draw closer to God. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, which teaches the divinity of all creation and the supremacy of thought over matter. Through a law of cause and effect, one can recreate the circumstances of their life. We light this candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and the presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light, the healing candle, represents the healing of any circumstance where the revelation of the divine is necessary. For that is the true nature of healing as we teach it, the revelation, the expression, the understanding that at the core of all creation, of all experience, whether we call it good or bad, at the core of all of it is God. And when we resonate with that, we find ourselves in an experience of healing. So this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle here to your left is our peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated with this understanding. It is reflective of the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we allow that inner peace to expand and show up as our outer peace, we spread peace throughout the world through our peaceful mind, our peaceful heart, and our peaceful expression. Let's honor this candle by reading together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. I feel very relaxed today. Yeah. The featured song today, I thought about this song a couple weeks ago when Linda brought to the prelude song on the first Sunday of the month, the song This Is the New Year. That's by a band called A Great Big World. And they've actually, she did not know this, but they have been one of my favorite bands for many, many years. And there's a song that I first learned in 2015 and brought it to a New Thought conference and sang it in a New Thought conference that I just thought felt appropriate for today. And so I'm going to sing it for you. This song, There Is an Answer by A Great Big World. I am just a sailor in a great big sea, searching for what's meant for me. And I thank my lucky stars every single day. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. When the storm begins Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. There is an answer. Well, then, the title of my message today is there an answer? And, well, the song is telling us there is an answer. Well, what is that answer? That's really, that then becomes the question for me. If there is an answer, what is the answer? One of the things that I'm going to talk a little bit about today is this concept of enlightenment. And when I was putting that together, what I forgot about is that in the statements of purpose for Hinduism and Buddhism, it says essentially that the purpose is to gain enlightenment. So I really want us to think about, what does it mean to be enlightened? Because I think for me, that's where the answer lies. It is in enlightenment. It is when I turn on the light in my own mind, when I turn on the light in my own heart, and I deepen into the revelation and recognition of that answer. So what is the answer? I will get there, I promise. Dealing with a cable issue here for a moment. There we go. That's more comfortable. I'm going to start with this, which is from Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing the self is enlightenment. Mastering others requires force. Mastering the self requires strength. I begin there because there's a little hint at the answer there within that. Enlightenment is ultimately knowing the self, is what he says here. Knowing the self. And to know the self requires not consternation. It does not require coercion. It requires an innate sense of strength. It does not require force. It requires strength. Strength of heart, strength of mind, strength of purpose. And I can stand firm in my resolve that strength exists right where I am. Strength exists right where each and every one of us is. That's the truth. For strength is one of the attributes of this thing we call God. And if that is who and what we are, well then, that is our attribute as well. In my Thursday evening, in this course that I'm taking on Thursday evenings, actually it came up, nothing is ever a mistake. Everything revolved around enlightenment this week. We talked a lot about enlightenment this week. But in my Thursday night course, we're to read a section of a book that we're reading, and then we are supposed to write a one-page kind of thought paper on that. And I started my thought paper with this question. Why do we keep conceptualizing enlightenment as something other than what we are experiencing right now? Why do we keep conceptualizing enlightenment as something other than what we are experiencing right now? To conceptualize enlightenment as something other than what we are experiencing right now keeps putting it out there in the future. It keeps putting it out there beyond reach. It keeps putting it out there and out there and out there. And I will tell you, we can spend a lifetime searching for enlightenment, but I am choosing in this moment to step back and say, I am enlightenment. I am that wisdom. I am that strength. I am the power of understanding as the self. In the song, one of the first lyrics is this: when the storm begins to blow and I've lost my way back home, oh, there is an answer. When the storm begins to blow, I think that's when we decide that enlightenment must be something out there, because if we are enlightened, why are we not experiencing incredible expanses of peace and love and harmony in the world? And it seems that over many years, at least the 10 years that I've been in ministry, it seems like the world is becoming a more combative place. Does that mean that my heart is rooted in that combative experience? Absolutely not. I know for myself there is an answer. And my choice is to be the light, to be enlightened, to shine the way, like I say with this peace candle. If we understand that peace is at the core of our being, and we allow that peace to proliferate and expand from that core of being into every action, every word, every thought, every idea, well, then we are the point at which we change the world. So how do we change the world? That world is filled with stormy seas right now, right? When the storm begins to blow and I've lost my way back home, there is an answer. When I was thinking about this lyric, a piece of scripture actually came to me, and it's one of the miracles that Jesus performed. It's in Matthew chapter 8. It reads this way: "Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him." That's Jesus. He got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. "Suddenly, a furious storm came up on the water, so that the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, 'Lord, save us, we're going to drown.' He replied, 'You of little faith, why are you so afraid?' Then he got up and rebuked the winds and waves, and it was completely calm." There are a couple things within this. First of all, he gets into the boat and immediately goes to sleep, apparently, right? Get into the boat. His disciples followed him. Suddenly, a furious storm comes up, but Jesus is asleep. So what does that mean, that Jesus is asleep? I believe it is representative of that place within each and every one of us that is relaxed and renewed in the sense of truth of who we are. That it is the reflection of that inner peace that it resides right here, right now. So he's perfectly content sleeping, and the disciples come up to him and say, "Jesus, come on. Come on, what is going on? There's this storm and you're just sleeping, right? You must save us, we're going to drown." Well, the answer to him is this: "Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Why are you so afraid?" And then he gets up and he allows that peace that is at the core of his beingness, and this is the work that each and every one of us can do, because Jesus is a way shower and was here to teach that we can do this and so much more. We find that peace within our hearts. We recognize that peace within our hearts that allows us to be calm within the storm. And as that expands out, it rebukes the wind and the waves and calms everything. But it requires something. What is the answer? Ye of little faith. That's what it requires. It requires faith. Faith overcomes fear. Faith overrides that fear at the core of our hearts. Faith, that deeper recognition, that knowing that right where I am, God is. Right where you are, God is. That is the thing that calms the storm. That is the answer. That is an answer. There is an answer. In everything that we experience, there is an answer. Now, faith, what is faith? Faith is an unshakable belief. I often refer to places of faith as core beliefs, right? There is that which is unshakable, unquestionable within my own mind. And that unshakable, unquestionable faith, that belief, that is showing up as the construct of my experience. If I were to ask you this question, and I will ask you this question as a rhetorical question for consideration. The question is this: what do you have faith in? I'm having this moment of thinking that everybody is out there watching their computers and saying, "Well, I have faith in," and saying it out loud, whatever it is. I don't think that's actually happening, but what do you have faith in? What is so unshakable at the level of belief for you that you don't ever question it? What is that place of faith? What comes to mind for you? Just be in a place of awareness. I frequently say, observe the answer, do not judge the answer. Do not judge it as right or wrong. Just be aware of what is unshakable within your mind and in your heart. Because as we acknowledge that which is unshakable within each and every one of us, we get to make decisions around that. Now, I believe there can be degrees of faith as well. And part of the work that we are doing here is to grow our faith in a particular direction. That's what I believe we are here to do. The practical tools that that I often refer to are all in alignment with this idea of embodying something, embodying love, embodying peace to such a degree that our experience and expression of it is unshakable, that becomes our faith. So, as I mentioned before, the title of my message today is a question. Is there an answer? And I want to be very clear. While I have illustrated perhaps an answer that will resonate with some, that answer may not resonate with all. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. Because I think it is also important that we question. Because it is in the questioning that we are often illuminated into other ways of understanding and other ways of being. The book that we're reading in this Thursday night class is a book by Amit Goswami. He is a quantum physicist who found his spiritual awakening, and now his work is in aligning the understanding of quantum physics with spiritual principles. And so he wrote this book called, you ready for it? The Everything Answer Book. It's a rather substantial title to say, well, I'm going to answer everything, right? And as we've been working through this book every week when we come together for class, frequently many of us in that class say, I think that he got the title wrong. I think the title should actually be Question Everything Book, the Question Everything Book, right? That's the value. The value of questioning is allowing us to shake up those places where we may be rooted in faith that is not aligned with our highest and best. And that's when I talk about those degrees of faith, because ultimately the degrees of faith are the limit to which your life demonstrates. So if you are looking for a life of love and nothing but love, our work is to eliminate that which is contrary to love. And those things are rooted in mind and in heart. And as we become aware of them, free of judgment, we are put into that place of understanding how we can move forward in love. Whatever comes up for you, whether it's love, light, peace, power, beauty, joy, whatever it is. And it can be all of those things, one of those things, a combination of those things. It can be any attribute of God that is resonant within your heart, because it is all present within you right here and right now. So what will you put your focus on right now? And if you find something in this exploration that requires questioning, question it. Look at it and say, I don't know that I necessarily agree with this that is in my mind, that is in my heart. That's the work. That is a practical tool. Questioning everything is a practical tool that can lead us to greater expressions and understandings of the self. That is the thing that I love about this Thursday class, because we are questioning everything. We're questioning every word. We are questioning a lot of word usage in this book. We are questioning a lot of the things he takes on as assumptions within this book. He frequently says, because he's a scientist, of course, he says, there is indisputable and provable fact that I am going to talk about now. And he will say something and we'll go, but is it really? Is it really indisputable? Is it really provable? Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? And so that brings me back to the concept of faith. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for. No, it's the faith, and now I'm going to mess it all up. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. The evidence, when it comes to faith, is that which is within each and every one of us. And we are the ones who demonstrate that faith. That, for me, is an answer. When we shake up our faith, there is value in shaking up that faith so that we can arrive at a new conclusion, a new idea. Oh my goodness, a new thought. Wow, imagine that. We are in a philosophy that is rooted in this idea called new thought. And it doesn't matter if you're in Unity or religious science or divine science or any aspect of the new thought philosophy. The point and purpose of new thought is to say, I don't necessarily have to agree with all that has come before me. I am an expression and I'm an impression and an expression of this infinite divine power, and I get to make the choice, and I do so by embodying a new thought. The value of questioning everything is letting go of what we think we know and opening ourselves to the infinite power and presence and knowing that that wisdom is flowing through each and every one of us. I'm going to tell you something. Anyone who tells you that they have the answer for you does not, even me. Even when I tell you, here's an answer, right? I will say, I think I frequently say, here is an answer. I never say, here is the answer. I'm never so definite in my article that I am saying, this is what you must believe. And if you ever hear me say, this is what you must believe, call me on it, because it is my understanding that our point and purpose of living is not to be told what to believe. The whole point and purpose of the New Thought philosophy and unity principles is to say, here is a method for addressing what it is you believe. And as you become more deeply aware of what it is you believe, you get to put something new into practice. But it is not up for me to tell you what that is. It is up for you to make the decision and determination as to what that will be for you. So there is an answer. There is an answer. And the answer for each of us can only be illuminated by each of us, for each of us, individualized as this magnificent expression of God. Yeah, that's what I love about New Thought. It invites us to question much more than it provides answers. One of my favorite mantras is to say for myself at times of living in the unknown, I am willing to live in the question. I am willing to live in the question. Let go of what I think I know and live in the question. When I do that, and when that is a spiritual practice for me, that works for me. When I do that, what I find almost always, sitting here thinking, I've now qualified that as an almost always. And I'm going to take away that qualifier. What I find always is an answer that illuminates itself through me, and that answer inevitably works. When I adopt that answer internally, it roots itself as an embodiment to a place of unshakable faith. And then what happens? I begin to become aware of the other places in my life that require the same work. For there is no destination of enlightenment. There is no destination of enlightenment. Enlightenment is a now practice. We are living enlightenment right now. It is not some place we are ever getting to. I'm going to invite you to perhaps, if that resonates for you, to utilize that very concept of questioning everything, to say, I know nothing, now what can I know? And utilize it if it works for you, and utilize it for as long as it works for you. And if it ceases to work for you, let it go. Because I'll tell you, the minute something does not work for me any longer, it's gone. I don't hold on to it anymore. I do not hold on to it anymore. Is there an answer? Yes. There is an answer. What is the answer? Only you know the answer for yourself. Only you know the answer for yourself. Today, you know what comes up for me actually in this moment? Today, I'm going to say, today I choose love. And it's clearly intuiting itself through me to say that particular phrase because tomorrow is the celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. on MLK Day. And it is Martin Luther King Jr. who said, I choose love. Hate is too much a burden to bear. I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it written right in front of me. But today I choose love. Today I choose love. What do you choose? What do you choose? Today it's love. Tomorrow it might be something else. Tomorrow it might be peace. 5 minutes from now, it might be peace. In this moment, I choose love. And our choices are moment to moment to moment to moment. I have seen a lot of what I perceive to be actions these past several weeks that are rooted in hate. My answer to that, loving compassion. Loving compassion. Why? I've had a lot of people speak to me about their challenges with people who are expressing in these ways that are hateful and divisive and violent. And they ask me because I'm a minister and people want to know. They ask me, what are your thoughts around that? And I say, I root my heart in a place of compassion. Compassion, within that, in compassion I find understanding. When I am in compassion, I can observe an experience. I can observe actions that I know are cries. They are cries that are illustrating a root of pain. That's what leads to hateful activity, a root of pain. The expressions of hate are rooted in a cause of pain, that place within that is pained to such a degree that it is expressing itself outwardly in a particular way that is detrimental, that is destructive. Our purpose is not to be the reaction to that and match that expression. Our point and purpose is to be a point of light, to be proactive, to enlighten and illuminate the world. And let us start with compassion, because compassion ultimately is what will calm the stormy seas. I have compassion for all the pain I see in the world. And I know that the point that compassion takes hold within me helps me to find that peace, find the love, find the light within my heart to illuminate the entire world. That's what I choose to do. That's what I choose to practice daily. That's my choice. What is yours? Is there an answer? Absolutely yes. What will you decide for it to be? Namaste. As the band makes their way back up to the stage, I am going to invite you to take this into your heart as homework for this week. Pay attention this week. Pay attention to your immediate reactions to what you experience in every moment. And before acting from those reactions, take a breath. Just stop yourself, take a breath, and ask yourself, is this action reflective of who I want to truly be in this world? It's about slowing down this week and not letting ourselves live in knee-jerk reactions. It's about stepping back and saying, is this who I choose to be in the world? That's the homework this week. I invite you to take that to heart. And I invite you to relax right where you are, resonant with the good that is in your heart, unfolding ever more, easeful, gentle, and let whatever has come up for you today that has resonated with you to be present fully in your heart.
This is my divinity, as within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. Loving Spirit does indeed dwell in me as me, showing up in all experience, for there is nothing other than loving Spirit. There is nothing other than God. There is only this one infinite power and presence, this one principle, this one essence, this one life force, this one light. And knowing that there is nothing else, I am rooted in the assured knowledge that our divine identity is just that: light, life, peace, power, beauty, joy, wisdom, enlightenment. This is my place of faith. And as I experience the world, I recognize the face of this divine presence in every person I encounter. I accept this as the truth of every single person I encounter. And I'm rooted in a compassionate heart for all the ways in which people feel they have been wounded, and I let love take hold of my mind and my heart, and I know that as I proliferate that love from within, that it affects the entire world, and we become immersed in a more loving experience of life. I let this be my place of faith. It is unshakable, and it is letting itself be expressed in the here and now, rooted in this pure, perfect impression, this impression of love upon the law of cause and effect. I let it be as I relax with a grateful heart and let it be so. I know it to be so, and so it is. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Now and evermore.
Thank you. We have a special video message from the president of our board, Karen Ives.
This February completes my service on the board. What an honor it has been. I have been asked to share some of the ways Unity of Tucson has blessed my life. It is my hope by sharing that something may resonate and be an inspiration to you. So here we go. After being a self-proclaimed perfectionist, I have let go of needing everything perfect. Life is not always the way I may have thought it should be, but divine order has made it wonderful. Becoming flexible has helped keep me from getting bent out of shape. Whenever something is lost, meaning I just don't know where it is or where I left it, I have learned to trust the universe will return it to me, or to let it go and bless it for the new owner. The affirmation, that which is rightfully mine returns to me, thank you, God, and letting go, letting God handle it, has assisted me in many timely recoveries. Abundance principles were learned, and prosperity flows forth to me. I continue to practice the principles of tithing of my time, talent, and treasure. It is multiplied and returned to me. Learning a loving understanding of transitioning into afterlife has allowed losing loved ones to be processed in a positive, loving acceptance. One blessing I enjoy is having learned to let go so new may manifest in my life. I no longer am attached to so many things. It is actually fun to release and bless others with what is no longer needed. Friendships are so important, and I have many from my journey in Unity of Tucson. Some have stayed and others have moved on, each just as important as the other. I do not need friends to make me whole. I desire friends to help me see my sacred wholeness and to reflect back theirs. Friends help me live more joyously. Unity of Tucson has sparked greater understanding and appreciation for the connectedness of our souls. New thought teachings have shown me how to be more joyful, peaceful, and purposeful in my life. When tragedy strikes and children die at the hands of their own parents, a gunman randomly shoots others, police officers are ambushed, our country seems divided, I know God is there. I am not helpless, for I know my prayers are touching their souls and providing comfort, for we are all God's gift to each other. Although all of the above are not necessarily totally mastered, I rise and shine each morning and trust the day will teach me what I need to know to grow further spiritually and be a better person. It is my desire for each of us to keep Unity of Tucson vibrant and the place to come for spiritual growth for generations to come. I have blessed Unity of Tucson through my time, talents, and treasure over the years, but it was blessed, multiplied, and returned to me in such greater ways. I thank each of you for having blessed me in my spiritual journey, and blessings to you in your spiritual journey. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Karen. Deeply grateful for your sharing and the ways that Unity of Tucson has blessed you. And if this resonates with you, if the message of New Thought, if the resonant message of Unity principles works for you, I invite you to share that by stepping into this experience of giving and supporting what we are doing here, the vision and mission of Unity of Tucson. There are many ways that you can give. You can give by clicking onto our website, unitytucson.com, and utilizing the options there for donating, clicking buttons and using a debit or credit card there. You can also call the office during our regular office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. through 5:30 p.m., and you can talk to me or talk to Freddie, and we will be happy to run a transaction for you in support of this organization and the work we are doing. You can also send in a check. Those various ways are showing up on your screen right now. In some of the videos, they will be in the description field of the video. It's, of course, always available at our website, unitytucson.com. I'm going to invite us all to read together the Divine Givingness Statement as an affirmation of the reason we give, that affirmation in our hearts. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source.
Celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness
is all good. Yes, yes, yes. A couple of things to remember. I mentioned it last week, but today there is no virtual gathering following the service because I'm doing the membership orientation class. Those of you who reached out to me to become new members of this organization, I sent you the link for that. If there is still time, if you send me a quick email right now and you would like to be part of that membership orientation class, it is one of the steps to becoming a full voting member of Unity of Tucson. I invite you to reach out via email. Send me an email at revjonathan@unitytucson.com. I will send the link to you right away. It is my intention to begin that at 11:15, which is in less than 15 minutes. So I may be a little bit late, depending on how long it takes for me to unwind and get to my desk to get that going, but I will be there, I promise. Some opportunities for deepening, of course. Karen King is offering her workshops and classes on the work of Joe Dispenza. Check that out. That's on our website under the Workshops and Classes tab. And I am starting Mental Muscle tomorrow. I've had some good signups, so I'm looking forward to that. No more signups at this point, but I'm sure that as these people experience Mental Muscle, they're going to probably come to you. I trust that this is what's going to happen. They're going to come and say, oh, Mental Muscle, you should really give it a shot. A reminder, our annual meeting is going to be virtual. It'll be on Zoom, and there are various ways of participating in that. Zoom does offer the option to call in on a telephone. So if you're not someone who's computer savvy and doesn't have a camera and a microphone and all that stuff, there is an opportunity to call into that meeting via telephone. More details will be coming out around that. Hold the date, though. February 21st, following the service, will be our annual meeting via Zoom. Lots of important stuff to talk about in terms of the growth and the vision and the expansion of Unity of Tucson. Also, don't forget, we are streaming now on YouTube, on Facebook, and on our website at unitytucson.com/live stream. So if you want to join us on our own website, you can do that. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today possible. Of course, I want to say thank you to our magnificent technical crew, Wally and Don, Aiden, thank you for your service and always making it magnificent. I want to say thank you to Carol for being here, helping light the candles, and Jerry, of course, grateful to have you here, and Jeffrey there in the back, grateful to have you here, of course. Always grateful. I'm so grateful for everyone. I am deeply grateful for this band, this magnificent group of musicians, and the fun that we get to have every week. You are magnificent, and I live in such anticipation for what good things we get to bring on Sundays every single week. Of course, I want to say thank you to you for being here present, letting your light shine forth to be the enlightenment that so many people seem to be seeking. I'm grateful that you recognize that you are the enlightenment embodied and expressed right here and right now. Let's share together the words of the prayer for protection as we complete our time here today. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. Well, it's an idea whose time has come. Decides as one of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better. You and I, we breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better. You and I, we breathe the same air. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.